Hi, this is Lee Harrington, also known as Lee Base on the interwebs, and I'm going to do a short tutorial on how to uh, construct your black and white conversions from color. So we have a lady who goes by Bobby today on Google Plus, and here is her original photo. Nice shot of a handsome man in a cowboy hat, and here was her rendition of the shot. And so we have the two tones in the face because of the shadow that that's always difficult. Um, this photo lacks the contrast that I typically like, and the where she's elected to put the skin tones um, isn't where I would put them. So take a look at my rendition of the shot. I've evened out uh, a little bit of the. I mean, it's still there. Can't get rid of it completely, but evened it out a bit. Made it much more contrasty or tasty, as I like to think of it. And um, you know, we'll talk about how to get there. So we'll start with her color, and I'm going to create a virtual copy, and we're in Lightroom version 4. And so I go, first thing is to set it into black and white mode. Now, you can't stop there. That's as nice as that is. It's not. It's almost never going to be the final look that you're going to go for. So I I will start typically by adjusting the exposure to put the most important skin tone right where I want it to be. So if I make it so bright that start to lose detail, then I pull it back um, right somewhere right around here. Is where now I'm still blowing out the bottom of the face, and we'll get to that. The next thing I typically do is just a nice grand changing of the contrast. I mean, I'm looking at the eyes. Okay, no matter what the rest of the picture looks like, the most important thing is the face, and the most important part of the face is the eyes. And so I'm actually pretty happy with where that's fallen. Now, normally I would go straight to other adjustments, which we'll get to, but I'm going to try to deal with the disparity here. So I'm going to bring up, I don't know what this brush is called, but it lets you do the spot changes. And I'm just going to bring back the exposure. I'll start by bringing it back too much. I'm going to make the thing bigger, just so that I know kind of where I've painted. Um, I don't okay, wow, it looks like I need to bring it back a lot as it is. So let me paint this in. As you see, there's still going to be a line, but we've brought it back somewhat. Um, Now, I think I'm going to lighten this up and then go to the overall exposure and bring that up just a little. Okay. A little better. So now I've kind of brought the about as good as I can get. I'm not actually even working with the original photo, so I'm imagining if I had access to the original file, I'd have a little more leeway. If I had access to the raw photo, then there's more. So I've adjusted the exposure, looking at the skin tone, juiced up the contrast. This is a man, so men, they're rough, and you want to. I crank up the clarity on a woman's photo. I'd be real careful because they're not going to want the accentuating the wrinkles around the eyes. But this is, look at this guy. He's got a scruff of a beard. He's a cowboy, or at least is dressed that way for today. So I can boost up the clarity. Then I'm going to eyeball the slider. I want And again, I'm looking at the eyes. I'm going to adjust each of these levels. Caring most about the face. All right. Now this is the part that people might not know as much of, is the individual color sliders in your black and white. So now the orange is always, almost for a Caucasian, orange is going to be where the most dramatic effects are to be had. So I'm going to play with the orange slider just a bit. Get that right where I like it. Look at the reds. Now, with reds, you got to look at the lips. You don't want to get them, but look how I'm able to almost even that out. I like that. Take a look at the yellow. Now, the yellow is affecting the face, but it's also the background is responding to yellow. You would be surprised that things that you think are green, how much of that is yellow. And then, of course, the greens. Is there any aqua? Yeah, the hat responds a little bit to that. Blues, that's his shirt. So, you know, I want the face to be the focal, so I'm gonna make the shirt darker. Purple works on that as well. Magenta doesn't do much of anything. And so we have a pretty good shot as it is. I almost always throw a little bit of vignette. And where is sharpening? Let's throw some sharpening here. I'm holding down the Alt key as I move the slider over, because I don't want to sharpen everything. I just want to sharpen the edges. So that's nice, you know, contrasty, tasty image there. And then finally, now I'm looking at the background here. I might open up the shadows by pushing the shadow slider. Again, I'm looking at the face. And, you know, in this case, I kind of want some of that background shadow in there. And there we go. I think I ended up in a different spot than even my original one, compared to Bobby's original. See how so much more contrasty, even that out photos. I could probably done a little, it looks a little sloppy there, but good enough for the video. It doesn't take that long. As a matter of fact, if I wasn't talking about how to do it, I could have done it in about 30, 45 seconds. So there you go.